The British surrounded the ship the minute she left the port of Marseille, and they followed her. But they attacked the ship, and the corner of the ship was broken down, but thank God the ship didn't sink.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big, strong ship. And it was almost 4,500 people, something like this. But anyway, the ship did not break down, and she didn't sink. When we came in, there was a few wounded youth. They were fighting the British, and the British were throwing tear gas, using tear gas. They didn't want to let us in. They didn't want to enlarge the population of the Jews in Palestine. And I remember they brought a, what do they call it when you lay down a sick person, on the stretcher?
Yes, right. And they brought a stretcher.
So my mother was on the stretcher, and my father was walking near the stretcher. I couldn't walk there because there was a lot of water in the ship. The ship started to get water. So I remember two people with uniforms. I think it was the British people, the soldiers of them. One of them took me on his arm, holding me. When we were in Germany, they gave us portions, and they gave also cigarettes. And my mother told me she heard that cigarettes is a good thing to bring to Palestine because she can sell it and have some money. I am wearing a coat, a nice coat, and I had a lot of pockets. And my pockets were full of cigarettes. She put. So she said, because the suitcases, whatever we had, they say to throw over the ship, and they will be picked up from other ships and will be taken to Cyprus. But she said, they won't throw me in the ocean. When one of the soldiers picked me up, somehow a pack of cigarettes started to fall down, and then another one, and they were joking and saying, look at this girl.
All the cigarettes.
She maybe sells cigarettes or something. Yeah, it was a funny moment, although I saw my mother's leg, she was in labor. Oh. She was in very bad pain, crying. And
but tell me, how did the British soldiers end up on the ship? Did they attack and board it?
They boarded on the ship, yeah. They boarded the ship.
Okay.
They wanted to prevent every single
person.
Yeah, to get to the ground of Haifa, because they may run away and they'll settle or whatever. They didn't want them let them in Palestine. They made up their mind. But there were cases that they had to, because some youngsters were wounded so bad that they needed immediate help. And my mother she was in labor. And the ship was sinks in the water. I assume that the lower floors were full of water. Because I know they took me, I didn't want it, but they lifted me up on the arm and they took me to take me out.